Hello everybody, welcome back to a gloriously sunny Silverstone here. It's time for the MG Trophy Championship Race 2 and Charles, our last broadcast of the weekend.
It's
Very
it's
upset.
It's gone so fast. It's a real shame. You know, I feel like I'm only just starting to get into the swing of it all and enjoying all the racing and everything. And the weekend's almost over for us.
It's an early finish. I mean, it's just gone 12 o'clock. We're not used to this being treated to an early finish. So thank you to everybody at Equip, actually, for the very generous timetable to us. We do really appreciate it. Now, MG Trophy Championship Race 2 about to come up. The qualifying for the Equip, I think it might be the Lewis, have just finished up. So the cars will be heading out on track very, very shortly. Now, before they do that, we saw a good race yesterday, didn't we? Fred Burgess getting the job done. But I've always wondered, what is a lap round Silverstone like on board an MG Trophy Championship car, Charles? I've always wondered that, and I think it is. Alan's back with us as well. But one thing I'm delighted to say is that we can actually find out now, can't we? So let's have a little look, shall we? Before we go through the results from yesterday and today's grid, let's just have a little look what the drivers are going to be faced on board round Silverstone GP circuit for a full lap. Roll VT.
I've read the start line at Goodwood Festival of Speed.
And we are back, so I hope you enjoyed that little on board there. Sorry, we're just away chatting with lovely Alan here, who will be starting the races for us all day this weekend.
What a job he's done, by the way. Been marshalling since 1988. There you go. Thanks for that, Alan. Yeah. Little nugget of info there.
First came to the GP in, was it 77?
Yeah, when James Hunt won, and I was at Cops Corner, and on the lap of honour, we were all on the circuit, so I was spectating then, and yeah, been marshalling since 88, so about 60 days a year.
Oh wow! Well, perfect timing.
From Goodwood Festival of Speed,
We'll let you focus on doing your job, so we don't want to distract you too much, but very much appreciated. Wow, look at that for some experience. I'm sure you've seen a lot of wonderful things, and to be fair, we could probably do an entire feature just with stories from yourself, Alan, so thank you very much. And obviously thank you to all the marshals that are out there today and this weekend, not just here at Silverstone, but all over the world. They do an amazing job, obviously all volunteers. And as Alan said, brilliant way to get into motorsport. And yeah, if you're sat at home, not sure what you want to do, but maybe you do want to come and do something at a circuit, being a marshal is always a brilliant place to start. And they're absolutely beloved of the Orange Army.
Absolutely.
From us drivers and up and down paddocks across the world, but really, I was going to say across the country then, but across the world, marshals are beloved.
And the British marshals are the best in the world. That's why they always get the Formula One gigs.
Of course they are.
Right, as you can see, you probably heard whilst we were chatting to Alan, and the MG Trophy Championship cars are now out on the grid. So here's how things finished up yesterday. We can just pop a little image up actually of the race results for you of how things finished up in race 1. Fred Burgess, of course, getting the job done. Graham Ross, a double winner already at Brands Hatch this season. Will he get back to the top step of the podium? Adam Jackson finishing third. Then it was Doug Cole, Sam Meagher, Paul Savage, Tyler Ballard, Fergus Campbell, Jack Woodcock, Colin Robertson in that MG3, by the way. Well worth looking out for that one. We'll point it out when they line up. Matt Harvey, Cal Moore, we spoke to him a little bit earlier. Jonathan Candler, James Blake, James Morton, Tony Wigley, Jack Chapman, Thomas Stanfield. We did have 4 drivers not finished: John Donnelly, Robin Walker, James Cole, Jack Meagher. So I tell you what, a pretty strong grid of MG Trophy Championship cars going out. So they will line up like that actually. Burgess on pole, Jackson alongside him. Colin Robinson in that MG3 will line up 7th, so we will point that one out for you as well. A couple of classes, your Class A and your Class Bs as well, so you're the likes of Burgess, Ross, Jackson, Cole, they're all in Class A. There's Fergus Campbell picking up the honours in Class B from Jack Woodcock, and Matthew Harvey as well. Robertson out there in his MG3, but kind of in his own class actually too. So what are we expecting from this one? I wasn't here actually yesterday, Charles, but you were, and it was a good race. It was
a very good race, yeah. We had a lot of action up and down the field. We had obviously the guys out in front. Fred Burgess sort of walked away with it just a little bit after he built a gap from the 3 following behind him. But the fight over second place was all race long, eventually won by Graham Ross, so he picked up the second place trophy. And yeah, between him and Adam Jackson and Doug Cole, it was all very close all race long. And then further back through that, we had a nice scrap all over. I think it was 4th place in B class. There's about 6 cars in that, swapping positions constantly, and the Moore car coming through throughout the race as well, just picking people off one at a time. Another man to look out for in this particular race, we spoke to him earlier after a successful race in the Cup earlier as well, is Jackson, I believe. Is that right?
Adam Jackson.
Adam Jackson,
yep.
yeah. He didn't have a very good qualifying. He could only get the 1 lap in due to an issue. So he starts this race on the back row, absolutely dead stone last. So do watch for him coming through. He said that's what his plan is to do for this race. And yeah, all pumped up after earlier. I'm sure he'll be looking to come through very, very quickly.
Sorry, Jack Chapman it is.
Jack Chapman, sorry.
Jackson is in 3rd place, as you can see. So there is Fred Burgess, number 116, the black MG on pole position. Alongside him is Adam Jackson in 3rd place. Graham Ross, the Scotsman. Sam Meagher lines up in 4th. There is, by the way, number 87 lining up 7th, that MG3. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's something a bit unique and different, and it's yeah, it sort of caught me off guard a little bit yesterday. I was watching them all go past, that's something a bit different, but yeah, it's a nice looking car.
Now, in the two races we had earlier, actually, there were split grids. This is not a split grid. It's all by themselves for the MG Trophy Championship cars. To help us identify the classes as well, you can probably see on the visor there, the Class A running the orange visor. Class B cars are running the yellow visor, just to help us identify them a little bit easier.
Oh, it's so bright and sunny today. The reflection off of both, they just sort of all blend into one massive shiny colour. But yeah, as you said, orange to identify one and yellow for the other.
Fantastic. So We are about to get ourselves underway. The board goes up. Who is it going to be? Is Burgess going to make it a pair of wins at Silverstone? Can Jackson, Ross or Miga or maybe somebody else get a better start? Here we go. And they are nose to tail. Jackson from Burgess. Burgess just has his nose in front. Look at Tyler Ballard on the right-hand side, stringing past almost everybody there. Great start, but I think it's Burgess who just manages to hold on to the lead as they go around the opening corner here at Silverstone.
Yeah, I think Burgess managed to hold on to the lead, and I think Graham Ross there has managed to keep hold of third place as well. Doug Cole probably having a look, trying to get past him, but I think made a slightly better start, and yeah.
Good stuff.
All the
There is
way
going to be
well.
a bit of a gap whilst we wait for them to come around, but plenty of action as they do circulate. We've got a little map we can actually show you of the Silverstone circuit. You'll be able to see the action behind as well. So let's just very quickly pop that on screen. And Charles, very quickly, of course, because we haven't got much time before they come round, but where are the big challenges around the Silverstone GP circuit? Where is the big opportunity for people to make their moves?
So the big the main overtaking place is obviously into Copse, which you've just seen, turn 1. Up into Stowe. It's possible through the Maggots Beckett section. I have done it. It's great fun when you do make it work, but yeah, not a common overtaking place. Up into Stowe, obviously after Hanger Straight with all the slipstreaming. Into Vale, if you get a good run out of there, is possible as well, and into Village and into Brooklands. So they're the main places to sort of get past people around here.
Excellent stuff. Don't forget, do keep your comments coming in as well. This is your show. We want to hear from you. We have been asking the question, which is your favourite track to either go racing at or watch racing, or even just watch it on a TV. It doesn't have to be UK based. Tell us your favourite circuit. Comment below. If you head over to Live Sport Now on YouTube, there is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to there. Do hit subscribe whilst you're there as well. Helps us bring you more live motorsport. But to comment in the live chat, and if you keep it clean, we can show it on screen. And fortunately, everybody does keep them clean, so thank you very much. And thank you for everybody for watching today as well. I can't believe already it's only just gone 12 o'clock, 20 past 12, and this is our last race of the weekend. Quite remarkable. We're not used to an early finish here at Live Sport Now, but we're going to have it very soon. If you are interested, well, a bit of live golf coming up for you tomorrow as well. Trilby Tour live from Dundonald Links with us if you like your golf.
Yeah, the early finish I think is aiding you in driving all the way up to the top of Scotland. So,
we're not quite the top of Scotland. We're just it's south of Glasgow, but it's still far enough.
Yeah, it's far enough that you want a bit of a run at it.
Yeah, right. They're about to come through Woodcote now onto the start-finish straight here. The national pits at Silverstone, the old GP pits here. There's not the wing, although they do whiz past the wing. They're just coming around now. Looks like it's still Burgess with the lead, but look at them nose to tail between the Ross and the Graham. Ross has managed to get past Graham Ross. Past, but look at this already. Jackson trying to take the inside line, but Ross is carrying too much speed. Tyler Ballard looking to make a few moves as well. Colin Robertson in the MG3 goes through lots of action further back. That's Fergus Campbell in the Dayglow orange car in Class B making waves as well. He started quite a way back and he's looking to make things up quite nicely. Through goes number 11 as well. That's Stanfield in the C class. Only car actually in the TC class there. So there you go. All the MG ZR 190s making their way through, and the 170s too. So it's Burgess from Ross, from Jackson, from Doug Cole, from Miga, from J Cole, from Savage, from Ballard, from Robertson, from Woodcock, from Walker, Harvey, Candler, Moore, Campbell, Chapman, Donnelly, Wigley, Miga, Morton, Stanfield. As we said, Jack Chapman there moving from I think he was second last actually, so I think he started 20th up to 16th on that opening lap. Ross is a mover up one into second from third. Jackson drops down to third. Doug Cole moves up a place into fourth. Savage has moved up into seventh place. Robertson and Woodcock drop a place each, 9th and 10th respectively. Candler made up a place up to 13th on that lap. Campbell and Chapman also moving up places as well. In fact, 6 Campbell and Chapman, 15th and 16th respectively. So plenty of movers and shakers on lap one, as you would expect, I suppose, Charles.
Yeah, definitely. You'd expect loads. Like as we've just talked about, there's loads of overtaking opportunity around here, and obviously the track much wider than most other circuits as well. So you can really make use of all of that extra space and put your car sometimes maybe where it doesn't belong, but if it gets you the position, it's all going to help, isn't it?
When we ask people favourite track, nobody ever says Silverstone.
No. From a racer's perspective, I think you have to be driving something fast to get the most out of this circuit. I mean, driving the international is good fun. Driving the national is basically like driving a triangle, although you do have a little bit of corners in there. But doing the GP loop, I must admit, I came here when I first drove the GP loop. It did massively change my perspective of Silverstone.
It's geared up for Formula One, isn't it? That's what it's here for.
Those fast corners are so much fun. But obviously you don't get the proximity of speed here because of how much runoff and stuff you've got. But
yeah.
yeah, I know they're all coming around now, so
Here
I'll
they
pass
are.
over
Oh, and
them.
there's a change. Is it Ross or is it Jackson? I think it's Jackson who's got the lead. It is. Jackson leads from Burgess. What a great lap he's just had because he started lap 2 in 3rd place and he's now got himself up into the lead. Jackson leads the fastest lap at 2:27.920. So Jackson from Burgess, from Ross, then Doug Cole, then Sam Meager. Savage has got past J. Cole and moved up into 6th place on that lap as well. Lots of action further through the field. Fergus Campbell again in Class B on the move quite nicely too. So it's Jackson who's your outright leader and leader in Class A. It's J. Cole, number 88, is your Class B leader. Just got passed by Savage on that last lap, but Savage is in Class A, so there is a bit of a speed difference there. Stanfield just coming into your shot now over the start-finish line. So it's Jackson, Burgess, Ross, Doug Cole, and Meager, Savage, J. Cole, Ballard, Robertson, Woodcock, Walker, Harvey, Candler, Campbell, Chapman, Moore, Donnelly, Wigley, Meager, Morton, Stanfield. They are your 21 runners and riders for your race 2 live at Silverstone of the MG Trophy Championship here, and it's proven very exciting at the sharp end.
Oh yeah, definitely very, very exciting there at the sharp end, change positions. Oh well, every lap they've come past already so far. So yeah, I would like to hazard a guess that was maybe Ross and Burgess maybe having a bit of a fight, and both of them coming a little bit unstuck or something, to a point that allowed Doug Cole and Adam Jackson to close up, and obviously Jackson to take the lead. Because to go from 3rd to 1st and in one lap just on pure pace is impressive, and it could have been done, but I'd have hazarded a guess that those two probably got caught napping while fighting.
But Doug Cole right in there as well. I mean, those 4 drivers, we all know how quick they are, and Doug Cole's just a second, about 2 seconds in total off the lead. Might just be thinking, okay guys, you go have a little scrap, you wear out your tyres a little bit, and then for the last couple of laps I'll just sail through. It's going to be quite an intriguing end to this race. It's been a very bright start, 20 minutes in total. We've had 7 minutes of this race already, just 13 left to go. Get your comments in, tell us what did you make of that start, and let us know your favourite racetrack. We would love to hear from you. If you are watching over at Live Sport now as well on YouTube, please do hit subscribe, and if you're not, do head over there. It's probably the best place to watch as well. Right, here they come now. I think Burgess has got the lead back again. This is going to chop and change all throughout. They are literally nose to tail. If anything, Jackson's pushing Burgess along, but I think Burgess is going to appear on your screen in the lead, and he does. So there is Burgess from Jackson. We've got Ross just behind, and Doug Cole as well. They are going toe to toe. This is going to be every single lap around Silverstone GP. Burgess leads. Meager kind of a little bit left on his own there, alongside Savage as well. They're all Class A runners. J. Cole, here he comes now. Look at this. That's Tyler Ballard alongside him as well. That matters. That green and blue car. That's the fight for the Class B win between Tyler Ballard there and J. Cole. So that really, really matters. Woodcock's got up in place as well, as has Walker. Robertson's dropped down in the MG3, now down to 11th, passed by Woodcock and Walker on that last lap. Hearing a bit of tyre squealing, but nothing too much to concern ourselves with. Harvey's in 12th. Fergus Campbell on the move again in Class B. We know how quick he is. He's made up another place at the expense of Candler. Chapman's made up another place. He's now up to 14th, so Candler drops down to 15th. Then it's Moore, Donnelly, Wigley, Meager, Morton and Stanfield from 16 down to 21. They all stay the same, but again, a few changes. There is Stanfield now coming over the line. Fastest lap of the race so far was done by Adam Jackson at the end of lap 2, a 2:27.920. Yeah,
obviously the slipstreaming also keeping everybody in the game along here. Hanger Straight is so long that you can, usually leading going on there means that it's going to be a swap by the time you get to Stowe. So, come the last lap, it's not always the best as a driver. You don't always necessarily want to be leading the lap here, coming onto that last lap, because the toe is so powerful that I've seen people go from 1st to 4th in a single lap just because of the toe. On a final lap. So,
and of course, identical cars as well. The Class A cars are the MG ZR190s, the Class B cars are the MG ZR170s. There is an MG3 in there, Robertson, but he's sort of in his own class. But nice to see that car out. I imagine next season we'll probably see a few more MG3s as well.
And Jack Chapman doing well as well. Obviously from the back of the grid, he's now up to 14th. So very impressive drive from him so far. That's what, 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah, it is. I think he started 20th, didn't he, or so? And
he was on the back row.
He was on the back row. I think he's up to 14th. A busy weekend for this. Is his 4th race this weekend as well. Second just this morning already. So a busy man for him. The car's coming around. Burgess still leads, but again, it's as you were. So it's still Burgess. followed by Jackson, Ross, and then Doug Cole. But just as it was before, it's almost a deja vu, just locked together. Look at them. They're starting to get a bit of a gap on Doug Cole a little bit, just dropping Cole a little bit here. They come over the start-finish line, and this time Jackson's not close enough to have a bit of a sniff at Burgess and just lets them run through. What are we? We got less than 10 minutes of this race to go, so we've literally just gone over the halfway mark here. Still plenty of action to come. And now the cars are starting to get themselves a little bit paced down. Now this matters. Tyler Ballard now has the Class B lead. Over he comes, Tyler Ballard. But Cole is all over the back of him as well. Those two having a magnificent ding-dong. That is for Class B honours, so that matters. That really matters. Walker's got past Woodcock on that last lap, but Walker is in Class A. Woodcock is in Class B. Worth noting as my phone just decides to switch itself on, but I'm back again. So Burgess from Jackson, Ross, then Doug Cole, then Meager, then Savage, Ballard, then J. Cole, then Walker, Woodcock, Robertson, Harvey, Campbell, Chapman, Candler, Moore, Donnelly, Meager, Morton, Wigley, Stanfield. If you missed that, Burgess, Jackson, Ross, Doug Cole, Meager, Savage. They top 6 in Class A. In Class B, it's Ballard, J. Cole, Woodcock, looking down, Harvey, Campbell, Chapman. They're your top 6 in Class B. Exciting stuff indeed. Straight at the end of this race, we're going to head down to Parc Fermé as well to catch up with some of the drivers, so don't go too far. In fact, don't disappear at all. Here's Stanfield coming over the line. The 21 runners and riders who started are still running around Silverstone GP here with 8.5 minutes left on the clock of this race. I'll tell you something, this is going to be a grandstand finish, although Fred Burgess, fastest man that last time around, a 2:27.644, fastest lap of the race. He was 0.3 of a second faster from Adam Jackson that last time around, and 0.4 of a second faster than Graham Ross, and over 2 seconds faster than Doug Cole. So they are starting to drop Doug Cole a little bit in fourth.
Yeah. We didn't really see that so much yesterday. It was more Burgess out front, and then the other three sort of squabbling. So it's maybe the other two have sort of nailed their tyre pressures today or something else like that. But yeah. Just want to give a shout out to Dan Proctor. I know that he follows.
Dan, yeah.
I know that
Dan.
he follows all
doing,
of his stuff all
well?
the time. He's just said hello, and he's jumped in on the debate as well. He said on racing games, it's Brands Hatch that's his favourite circuit. So
jolly good.
There you go, Dan.
That's the right answer, by the way. Brands Hatch is the correct answer. Right, here they come again, just to cut you off. Burgess still is as you were. Burgess, Jackson and Ross coming over the line here in Class A. Your outright leaders. If anything, it looks like Graham Ross just dropped back, just the tiniest of margins, though. And they really are dropping Doug Cole now. In fact, Doug Cole's in the pits, I believe. It looks like Cole comes into the pits. Yeah, Meager goes over the line. Doug Cole comes into the pits, and I think that might be Doug Cole's weekend done. He's had a bit of rotten luck this season, I have to say. Doug Cole straight into his garage box, out of the race.
It's a real shame for him. Like we said, he was on the podium yesterday. He managed to get into third place on the last lap, and he was having quite a good weekend, and clearly there's an issue with that car that's meant he's had to retire. But that's a real shame for him.
Just a note as well, Adam Jackson, fastest lap that last time round, a 2:27.566. Although it wasn't much faster than Burgess, I have to say, did a 2:27.608. So Doug Cole out. Ballard still leading Class B. We know Tyler Ballard's got a lot of previous at winning the championship with the MG trophies, winning lots of class races. Tyler Ballard, very, very talented racer indeed. So it's Burgess, Jackson, Ross, Meager, Doug Cole in the pits, unfortunately, and Savage, Ballard, J. Cole, Walker, Woodcock, Robertson, Harvey, Campbell, Candler, Chapman, Moore, Donnelly, Meager, Morton, Wigley and Stanfield. We have 20 of the 21 starters still circulating at Silverstone.
Which is really good, to be fair. I mean,
Brilliant.
you know, this circuit with this sort of heat, and I'll keep mentioning the weather, but, you know, I am British, and with this level of heat and everything, it's good to keep having all these cars going as well as they're going, and obviously all still running well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as Stanfield goes underneath us as well. Won't be too long before we see our leaders again. I wonder if it's still going to be Burgess holding on. Do you think he's trying to just break the toe and maybe get a bit ahead? But I'll tell you something, when you've got Adam Jackson and Graham Ross sniffing you down, you've got to be right on it, haven't you? You've got to be bang on point.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, he's probably going to be looking in his mirrors. Here they come now. Probably going to be looking in his mirrors thinking, please, guys, just have a little squabble between you so I can break free.
Well, I think they're just having enough gap that they might be able to break the toe on Graham Ross. They're about to come around Woodcote now into your screen. It's still Burgess from Jackson from Ross. Here they come.
There they go.
And if anything, it looks like Graham Ross has just been dropped a little bit now as well. So as it stands, Fred Burgess not able to get away from this. A big gap now, isn't it? Back to 4th place. It's Sam Meagher. Here he comes now. Burgess fastest lap that last time around, a 2:27.238. Gap is now out to 0.8 of a second. I had a panic there because Ross just disappeared from my timing screen, but he's back. As he says, back. But he's 2.645 seconds behind Adam Jackson in second, so the gap really is coming out. This is the battle for Class B honours. Still Tyler Ballard holding on from J. Cole, but he's managing to hold on, still hold on. And look, a nice little battle going on between there. That's the MG3 of Robertson right in the middle there. Great fights going on. We've got Walker, Woodcock, Robertson and Harvey having that battle. That's overall for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th on track.
Yeah, it's a lot of close racing up and down this grid, which is quite nice. And because they sort of come at us in packs, we can we get 2 seconds to regather our thoughts and talk about each individual sort of fight as they come through, which is
and there is
rare.
certainly a lot going on throughout the circuit. There always is. Only retirement so far is Doug Cole from this race, but we've only got 3.5 minutes left to go. So this will be the penultimate lap of the race, I would have thought. Potentially. Again, it's going to be quite tight, actually, isn't it? We saw that with the BCV8s from coming over. We almost got a free lap, didn't we? And well, somebody's got a penalty. It looks like down there. Who's that? I'm not.
That
seeing
should be on there.
I'm not seeing anything on TSC. In fact,
to be fair, the black and white is a warning flag, so it's not that they will have got a penalty per se.
8 has got a 5-second penalty, and that is Chapman. Oh, Jack Chapman's got a 5-second penalty for track limits.
Oh, that's a shame for him. He's been doing absolutely brilliantly coming through the field.
Yeah, he has, and 5 seconds will drop him quite away. Will cost him 2 places at the minute. Donnelly and our mate Cal Moore will certainly benefit from that one. So we've got less than 3 minutes to go now.
Yeah, not long left at all. Can't believe how fast this day's gone. To be fair, it's
remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, surprising, but.
Right,
been a lot of fun.
Burgess looks like he might be about to break this toe as well. Now we're on the penultimate lap. They will go around because they are doing 2-minute 27s and they're still over 2 minutes 30 on the clock. So we will get another lap. Here comes Graham Rosser. He has, I wonder if he's got an issue because he has really dropped back and he doesn't sound. I wonder if he's maybe just thought, look, I'm not going to beat them. I'm not going to challenge him. We've got a big enough gap to Sam Meagher behind. And I'll just bring the car home.
Yeah, I mean that's potentially probably what he's doing in there now.
But race drivers aren't normally sensible.
Well, we're not. No, we always want to keep pushing because you never know what's going to happen. You could be out in a little race on your own, then all of a sudden you see the leader spinning in front of you. So
sorry to interrupt you again, Charles. Ballard and Cole going toe-to-toe. Cole again every time just has a little look down the inside, but Ballard just has enough to keep him at bay. That is important. It is for Class B. Harvey's coming through as well nicely. And now Fergus Campbell looks like he's going to get past Robertson if he can. Tries to go around the outside. Robertson closes the door this time. And a lot of action going all the way through. There is Chapman. He's got that penalty, of course. Still trying to make up places. Still trying to get through the order. Has been overtaken by Donnelly on that last lap, though. More cars, more action. So much going on throughout the field. It's really great to see Morton, Wigley and Meagher having good battles a little bit further back as well. You just saw them go through your screen.
Yes, lots of battles, as we keep saying, up and down this field, and it's really given us lots to talk about, which is nice. If you're watching at home and you want to say something, do feel free, give us a chat. Do let us know what your favourite circuit is. Do let us know which driver you're supporting. If there's anything that you want to ask us while we're here, we're more than happy to answer any questions that are PC and allowed to be asked on air, shall we say? No,
just ask us anything. Don't worry about that. Don't have to be PC. We won't answer them until after 9, but ask us whatever you want. Honestly, it's fine. Right, cars going around. Again, we're about to start the last lap. There's still 30 seconds left on the clock, so we shouldn't be seeing the checkered flag unless they decide to go really slowly. In fact, to tell you something, that's Stanfield, so there's only 20.
They're going to be close to lapping him.
They're not. I think. I wonder, is the checker going to fall? No, there's literally 13 seconds, 12 seconds. So now we're on to the final lap of the race. It is Burgess versus Jackson for the outright win. 0.723 is the gap. So Adam Jackson, if you're going to do it, you have to do it now. No more chances. This is the last lap of the race. Graham Ross really has dropped back. I wonder if he's going to drop back into the clutches of Sam Meagher as well, maybe Savage too. It matters as well because and they have. Oh, Graham Ross has disappeared. Here comes Sam Meagher. What a race is Sam Meagher. Suddenly he's up into third place in class as well. And third overall, so he hasn't really had to do a great deal, Sam Meagher, but he's going to, if he stays on track, he's going to come away with a nice little pot at the end of it.
Oh, that'd be fantastic for him, and yeah, he's just got to hold it together for this final lap, but it's a shame. I don't know what's gone on with Graham Ross, but I think it must be some sort of mechanical.
Yeah, he's disappeared
fallen
completely,
back,
hasn't he? Ballard's still holding the Class B lead as well from James Cole, just managing to get it done. But I'll tell you something, Walker's getting a little bit closer, although he's in a Class A car, so if he did get past, it wouldn't actually affect class rankings. Here now comes Harvey Robertson. There's Fergus Campbell in the day glow at the back as well.
And we've got some real close racing coming through Woodcote now. We could be potentially looking at almost 4 abreast by the time they get into.
Well, I'll tell you something, that's Candler, Donnelly, Moore and Chapman right in the mix. They're fantastic racing from the 4 gentlemen there. Lovely to see. That's going to go right down to the wire. A little bit more going on here as well. But that's Morton, Meagher and Wigley. Oh, a lot of tyre squealing going on around into turn 1 there.
Yeah, I think it's just getting off the rubber and then really still leaning on that tyre rather than being on the right line, which will obviously help them around that a little bit more.
Excellent stuff. Final lap action now. It's Fred Burgess. If he can hold on, we'll have the perfect weekend here at Silverstone. A pair of wins on the GP circuit. That's something to tell the grandkids about one day, hey?
Yeah, exactly. It's not every day, or it's not often you meet people that can say things like that. You know, I've won both races at Silverstone over the weekend, or, you know, what do you get up to at the weekend? No, I just won 2 races at Silverstone, you know, like you do. It's, yeah, he'll be absolutely made up about that, I'm sure.
Oh, Jackson's got a penalty. Adam Jackson has a penalty. Adam Jackson, oh no, it might just be transponder, 79. Fred Burgess takes the win, and as you can see, Jackson just decided to drop right off his car number 79, so he's had a 5-second time penalty for track limits. It won't actually change it. He will still finish in second place. I think that's probably why I guess one of his team probably told him, so he thought, well, what's the point? I'm not going to get 5 seconds ahead. No point in killing the tyres and absolutely wearing out the car. So there we go. Car 8, as we know, Jack Chapman had a penalty as well. Car number 95 has a penalty too. That's Meagher down in 17th place. Graham Ross out of the race, as we know. So Burgess does take the win. Congratulations to Fred Burgess. It's a pair of wins for him. Now, what's interesting, next 2 coming over. This is for Class B. This is for the win. It's Ballard and James Cole. They'll be going toe-to-toe all race. If it's blue, it's Ballard. If it's green, it's Cole. Who is it going to be? It's blue. It's Tyler Ballard. He wins Class B and lights the blaze.
Yeah, fantastic. They're very excited, clearly, as he comes over the line, right along the pit wall to say thank you to the team. And yeah, he's going to be absolutely delighted by that. Very, very close racing all the way to the end there from those guys.
And a little bit actually going further back as well. Here's Robertson in this one, Harvey and Fergus Campbell. I'm looking forward to the battle coming through very shortly as well of Candler, Donnelly, Moore, Chapman. Here they come. There is Cal Moore, and Cal Moore leads him over the line. Great stuff by Cal Moore.
Yeah, fantastic. Once again, a brilliant race from him. He put in a brilliant performance yesterday to come back through the field, and he's had another great race with those guys again today.
And here to come, final 3 cars over the line. Right, we're going to make our way down to Parc Fermé. Let's pop TSL on screen whilst we just make our way there. We'll just chat about the race as we head on over there too. Charles, did you enjoy that one?
Oh, absolutely. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. There's action all over the place. We couldn't know where to look sometimes, but yeah. Lots of great racing and some fantastic drives there all the way through the field.
Yeah, double bubble then for Fred Burgess here at Silverstone on the GP circuit. A wonderful weekend. That rounds out our on-track action. Don't go anywhere though. We're going to see if we can get into Parc Fermé and have a chat with some of the drivers as well. Immediate post-race reaction live and exclusive for you here at Silverstone. So the classification is on your screen, I believe.
The classification, I can try to sort that out for me. Oh yeah, is TSL on screen for us? TSL is now on screen. Yes,
There
so
we
you guys
go.
can see that.
There, that's your classification for race 2 of the MG Trophy Championship. It was entertaining. It was a lot of fun. We're actually going into the lunch break now, which is why it's got very quiet here at Silverstone all of a sudden, hasn't it? Straight into the lunch break. But that's it for on-track action for us today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I do want to speak to Fred Burgess as well. I'd quite like to speak to Adam Jackson too, just to see on that last lap if he got done, obviously, 5-second penalty for track limits. I'm assuming he's got an earpiece in and somebody on his team told him that, hence the reason why he ended up, what was it in the end, 6 seconds back.
I don't think he's got an earpiece in because, well, legally you're not allowed to run one in sprint races. So
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
only in endurance racing are you allowed to actually run comms. So I think it was more of a fact of maybe drop back in that pack. They're all squabbling so much.
To be fair, he probably
did
saw it on
pull
the board.
that
They normally
ahead.
put it on the board as well. So if
Yeah,
he
he
was
would've got bored.
if he was savvy with that, he would have seen that coming over the start-finish line and thought, 5-second time penalty. I'm less than a second behind Burgess, but even if I get ahead, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to pull 5 seconds ahead. So don't kill the car. Finish. Take the points. Just make sure you're 5 seconds ahead of Sam Meagher in third, and he did.
Yeah, fantastic. Points make prizes, as they say. So yeah, by the end of the day, that's where you want to be.
Right, Fred Burgess is coming down behind us now, actually, as well. Hopefully they're going to stop. I think they will, because a lot of the MG Trophy garages are actually down here, so they'd only have to go back round anyway.
Yeah.
So they may as well stop with us, and then we can have a bit of a chat with them. There is Fred Burgess, your 2-time race winner here today. They are going to stop him as well, right where we want to have a chat with him, so that's very kind of them indeed. We'll whip in before the rest of the... Oh, he's gone straight through to scrutineering. That's okay. We can catch up with him up there. Let's take TSL down now, shall we? And go grab your race winner, Fred Burgess. 2 wins here this weekend for him. He will be absolutely delighted. He was certainly made to work for this one, though. Adam Jackson nipping at his heels the entire time. Can we not have a quick chat with Fred?
Sorry, Park Fermi. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Wow, okay, we've been kicked out. So this has never happened before because we always interview the drivers in Parc Fermé. For some reason, they're not going to let us do it. So really sorry about that, guys, for the MG Trophy. I know you probably wanted to hear from the drivers, but we're going to have to go. And that rounds out the action from us. I've never had that before, Charles. I've been broadcasting motorsport for 4 or 5 years. We always interview people in Parc Fermé. And I have to say, I don't think the MD Trophy will be very happy about that. So there we go. That's it, though. Well, I don't know what to say. And comment below if you agree with me. That, quite frankly, is ridiculous. So you're not going to hear from the MD Trophy Championship drivers, not because of us, but because of somebody over there who won't let us do it. So really sorry about that, guys. You can tell
we could always sneak around the
a
back.
little bit of chip on my shoulder about it. No, if they don't want us to talk, I'm sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, though, everybody. It's been a wonderful weekend's action. Thank you to Charles, of course, for all that you've done this weekend, and Mitch yesterday as well. Mitch, if you're watching, amazing. Thanks you so much for all of your help. Don't forget, a lot of live motorsport coming up for you throughout the course of the season. We're going to head off now. We will be back with the MG Trophy Championship and the MG Cup at Cadwell Park next month, I believe. I've been Ian Waterhouse. He's been Charles Boniface. Thanks for watching, everybody, and drive safely.
We are skanking the rave. Run with coke, no shamps in the rave. The baseline drops, it's a virgin thing, no shamps in the rave. Shot to the back, know what it is when I jump on the track. Shot to the back, know what it is when I jump on the London,
New York, LA, Paris, Kingston, Harlem, Brooklyn, Atlanta, London, New York, LA, Paris, Kingston, Harlem.
Public, oh, yes.
To win, sorry, to draw the game.